Yes, I was commissioned to write a piece for 175 East, and their unusual ensemble made me think of how to write for such a strange group of instruments, particularly in terms of balance, so that was a big challenge. And somehow or other I came up with the title, which is the name of a Goya print, The Sleep of Reason Brings Forth Monsters. That's the full title. It's one of his very modernist, violent works. And so I called the piece The Sleep of Reason. Uses quarter tones in a particular way, insofar as there are very low, impossibly low fundamentals. I think usually a couple of them a semitone apart in any one section of the piece, and the out of tuneness comes from the upper partials that would be in a sustained very low note. So you get the 7th and the 9th and the 13th and even higher harmonics, but they're also coming from these notes which are right next to each other as the fundamentals. So this is both irrational and also partly audible, possibly audible. So they're like harmonic fields. The piece has been planned out with harmonic fields, and then the players play all sorts of melodies within that, but when they hit something that's a quarter tone or a micro tuning, then they will be bouncing onto one of these out of tune harmonics of the hidden fundamental tones. This is again a matter of humour, partly, because in the end there's a long note which involves circular breathing and pulsing. The piece has been pretty full on and wild all the way through, and then finally just filters into this repeated G where people are having to breathe back in and still carry the note on. So they go out of tune when they do that because they lose their diaphragm support. They're just using their cheeks for support, and that's a very kind of lively thing. But in a way it's beautiful. So has this piece called The Sleep of Reason not brought forth a monster at all, but actually something quite beautiful. And anyway, where does reason come into musical decisions? How much reason do you have about the choice of notes that you put in a new piece of music? It's a matter of debate, really. So it's all a kind of paradox in the title, which is then manifest in the piece. I guess there's a kind of reason for that decision, so reason is not completely asleep in that part of the piece.